And hey, I know some of you have heard all this shit before, even more than this, right? This is for the people who really have been out of the loop, that are like, well, I want to know what's going on. What are people saying? Okay, I had been brought into the loop and told and advised. Everyone seems to have a specialty in this. You know, there's like 10 circles, let's say, of truthers. There's the people way over there, like I said, the Nibiru Planet X people, that the conspiracy theorists thought were on the fringe. They won this year big time. You've heard, as I put on the other video, that in the back pages and at the end of the news, they've now mentioned that another planet has been found within our solar system. Not out in a million miles, billion of miles, but like somewhere. I forgot where it is exactly, but it's like, it's not like behind the moon, but it's right near us. It's like within Venus, Jupiter, Saturn area. And they don't have tons of details about this planet. What's weird is that it is essentially what they call Planet X. And a bunch of people on Earth apparently knew this planet existed, although NASA denied it 100% 3 years ago, is now confirming. Oh, look what's over here. We didn't look over here for the other Christmas present. There's a fucking planet right in front of us, and they didn't tell us. What does that tell you? And people knew about this. They didn't even have telescopes. And what's amazing is I've heard about the Children of the Nine. The Children of the Nine. There's something about this big event that's going to happen, and is happening, and regarding a bunch of Children of the Nine connected with the pyramids, whatever it was, that I am a children, I'm reincarnated. I don't even know what that is. So people have been calling this planet Planet X for years before it was discovered. NASA discovers it, guess what they call it? Planet number 9. But the extraterrestrial element came in very huge, and some of the things that I was shown, I was given words to explain how I was feeling. Information saturation, what was that? What they showed me, man, it wasn't even what they showed me that blew me away. It was that it was so beyond the scope of my mind and anything we've ever seen on TV or anything like that, that it blew my mind that that existed and I didn't know about it, or couldn't have known about it, or no one else ever knew about it and never said anything. I mean, you know, of course, maybe they kept it a secret. But no, it shocked the brain, like as if they put like a gallon worth of information into a Dixie cup. Whoa, information saturation. Then I knew that what I was being shown was accurate and valid, at least in one way, shape, or form. Sometimes it's used, you know, as it's not in a lie, but it's done in a fictional way, almost like a movie's implanted in your head. And that's a common thing. I know that sounds scary to say. It's not a probe, don't worry about it. But just like in the knowing is when you go to sleep and you kind of wake up and all of a sudden it's like you have a college degree in something and you don't know how you know it, but you just know these things. The same with what they were showing me was basically as if it were like a music video giving me examples and metaphors of a bigger thing, but it wasn't exact. It was just put in a way that I could understand it. So that all of a sudden it was just a flash, and now I have an understanding of something that I guess I'll get later. It's like a lecture regarding something I'm going to be seeing. And then those things started falling into place, and boom, totally guaranteed that what I was seeing was true. And a lot of this seemed to revolve around, which, like I said, was not my specialty. When this first hit me, I definitely had a connection with this other side. Like I was getting spoken to and getting intuitions from what you would call spirits, ghosts, whatever, that were, damn, man, I was hitting perfect targets, man. People's jaws were dropping. And clearly that was my connection. And then there's something to do with the angelic realm. Very heavy on the angelic and archangelics. And the UFO thing was just not my deal. But I was told to pay attention to that, because I was told that by definition, these angels, these angelic beings are essentially extraterrestrial. So keep in mind, there may not be a big difference except in the title. And they were right. And the amazing thing was when we were first getting information, and it was via radio shows, or we were just getting a feeling to watch a video. And it was like amazing because, like, you know, I wouldn't even know these people, and all of a sudden I'd see that, like, online, people had all turned on to this thing. Like, why did it become a trend? It was because we were sort of being steered. That is happening. That's clearly happening. They're pushing people towards, we want you to pay attention to this right now. This is going to be a big story. Sure enough, you'll start seeing in the paper days later confirmations of that. Again, this inner Earth, many inner Earth civilizations. It could be bullshit. I'm not saying we're buying it into it. But apparently that's something we never thought about. It first struck me as bizarre because someone that I do know as an expert on all this stuff that knows extremely, I mean, you wouldn't be able to handle it. To know, you know, that basically we have colonized many areas of space. There, you know, some people haven't even been on the planet Earth yet. And abduction's not in the sense of, like, you know, taking you and raping you, but the military have raising children in space that they deposit back down on Earth. I mean, genetically, through eugenics. The Generation X, Gen X, eugenics. That's why they're psychic. That's why they have gifts, like the super soldiers. They genetically have been having certain parents even mix, or mixing the kids together. Why? Because they get the gift. Because here on Earth, what's happening? Well, through Vogue magazine or through the papers, they have all the wrong people with all the wrong people. So that may be why we're having problems, not just because of the vaccines. Then we have things like in Flint, Michigan, they poisoned everyone in the fucking city. They knew about it, and that barely makes the news. Okay, the thing with ISIS, at this point, ISIS may not be a fringe group of, we know all Muslims aren't terrorists. No, you need to understand, and you may understand on some level because of what you felt or sensed. ISIS didn't exist 2 years ago. Now they're telling us they've been around forever. Al Qaeda is gone. They've moved across Europe